All right, today we're going to simplify fractions. There are tons of ways to simplify fractions, but one method I really like, I've heard called the cake method. So we're going to call it that, the cake method. So let's say you have a fraction here, uh, 48/64. All right, the traditional way I learned was you find the greatest common factor and simplify it. But as you know, there are many other ways besides that. So what I like to do is I draw this symbol, like a large division symbol, and I put both of the numbers inside, the numerator of 48 and the denominator of 64. And what I like about it is it doesn't matter what you start with. So when I look at these numbers, I don't have to find their greatest common factor. I can just see 48 is an even number, it ends in an 8. 64 is an even number, it ends in a 4. So I know all even numbers divide by 2. So I put a 2 out here because I know they both divide by 2. 2 goes into 48 24 times. 2 goes into 64 32 times. All right, I look at them again, and it doesn't matter. Some of you might see different factors here. You might see, oh, I see they both divide by 8, or I see they both divide by 2. It doesn't really matter what you divide by. So I'm just going to go with 2 again. 2 goes into 24, and I get 12. 2 goes into 32, I get 16. And then I look at 12 and 16. Maybe you see they both divide by 2. Maybe you see they both divide by 4. It doesn't matter. You always will get the right answer. So I divide by 4, let's say. So 4 goes into 12 3 times. 4 goes into 16 4 times. And once you get to a point where both of the numbers only have a common factor of 1, then you're done. 3 divides by 1, 4 divides by 1, but they don't have any other common factor. So we're done. So what do we have here? So these numbers over here, 4, 2, and 2, if you multiply them together, 4 times 2 times 2, you get 16. This is your greatest common factor. That 48 and 64 will both divide by 16. And if you divide them both by 16, voila, what will you get? We'll see this number up here is a 3. You'll get a 3. And see this number over here is a 4. You get a 4. And you can simplify 48/64. It equals 3/4. All right, now it's time for you to try one. So I'm going to give you a fraction. How about 24/30ths? So all you have to do is draw this large division symbol, put both the numerator of 24 and the denominator of 30 inside of it, and think to yourself, what do they both divide by? Go ahead and press pause and try it on your own. Okay, let's see how you did. 24 and 30. What do I notice about them? Well, this ends in a 4 and that ends in a 0, so they're both even. I see they both divide by 2. 2 goes into 24 12 times. 2 goes into 30 15 times. All right, now what do we have? 12 and 15. Do they have a common factor? Yes, they do. They both divide by 3. Helps to know your multiplication and division facts. How many 3's are in 12? 4. How many 3's are in 15? 5. Now look at 4 and 5. 4 and 5 only have a common factor of 1, so we are done. We have built our cake up 2 tiers. All right, so the answer should be 4/5 simplified, and if your teacher asks you to find the greatest common factor, you still can. Over here, 3 times 2 is 6. So it has a greatest common factor of 6. I hope you did well. Have a nice day.